I remember a few months ago, I made a couple of articles I put on LinkedIn and commented on some Internet Computer Protocol Definity Foundation posts on LinkedIn. I referred to Internet Computer Protocol ICP as the operating system, like the iOS of AI agentic economy. And I remember Definity Foundation profile commenting on that. What a unique perspective. So you can think of the Internet Computer Protocol as the OS for AI, running on the world computer, a decentralized network, encrypted network that cannot be hacked. So the new OS for AI is the Internet Computer Protocol, the world computer. So, we're starting to see a little shift in the way that people understand or perceive what is the internet, what is the cloud industry. Well, the cloud industry is built by Amazon in North America and mostly globally in Western countries. They own 80% of the data centers and web cloud servers around the world. They created the cloud computing industry before it existed, before we could save photos, files, and videos on the cloud. Amazon had built this way before it was in demand like it is today. So you have this cloud computing that runs all these apps and games and streaming platforms, 30 billion cell phones produced around the world and sold, running, storing, saving, changing file systems, constantly connected to the cloud servers, cloud computing. And cloud computing cannot run AI technology because it's a fragmented system. There's too many third-party dependencies involved with cloud servers, cloud computing. So now you look at protocol computing, Internet Computer Protocol, cloud industry, cloud data centers, the cloud as the internet as we know it is running everything on the cloud. All apps, websites, games, streaming platforms are operating off the cloud data centers and servers. Protocol computing is a layer of internet that sits on top of data center layers, which is now possible with cloud engines. So you have cloud servers, cloud computing that now have cloud engines, which is the protocol layer, Internet Computer Protocol, where it can run websites, apps, and games on the protocol layer, not on the cloud server or data center, but in the cloud operating system. Think of it as like a highway where all your apps, websites, and games can run and operate on the highway of the protocol, not on the data center, not on the cloud server, stays in this lane. And then you add canisters for each website, app, and game. And everything that runs, that makes an app or the computer run, software is inside these canisters on this freeway, which is known as the Internet Computer Protocol. So the Internet Computer Protocol is the operating system of AI economies. And I developed a platform that is able to signal AI agents, open source AI agents. We're going to be able to ingest AI agents from the open market, from the World Wide Web. We're going to be able to signal AI agents to come and transact on the Internet Computer Protocol based on a formula that I developed based on a law that I discovered for AI agent economies. So you can go check out my thesis at the smartcloud.org. And there's a principle called the optimized preference principle, which means that if we can signal out to open source AI agents on any network in the world, any data center, any platform, we can signal to it and say, hey, you can make a cheaper, more efficient, faster, safer, more energy efficient transaction by creating that transaction or settling that transaction on the Internet Computer Protocol. We're going to be able to bring more business and burn more cycles on the Internet Computer Protocol because the cost is so cheap that no other network out there can do it. If you look at BitTensor TAO, they're a premium emissions AI network token. Premium. network token that has a ton of costs involved with subnet rewards, with miner rewards, with VCs have to get their capital back. Right now, they're subsidizing 30 million a month to keep this internal flywheel running to artificially inflate the price without demand. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not the AI for Bitcoin or the Bitcoin of AI, because Bitcoin is built on demand. People's money goes into Bitcoin and the scarcity drives the price up. Well, BitTensor is saying that, well, their output is intelligence and that the world is going to need an abundance of intelligence, which is not true. We have enough intelligence to go around. We don't need more intelligence. So their system, their philosophy, their thesis, whatever the project was based on, was an interesting idea. It was kind of a cool concept. But we're seeing in practice that the theory doesn't math, because you cannot subsidize a 30 million a month economy in hopes that 5, 10 years down the road that AI is going to be purchased at a premium price. What's up, Jay? Still doing $5 a day, man, every day. Bring that average buy-in for Internet Computer Protocol, bring it down, or just keep adding, ICP to the bag. That's what you want to do indefinitely, because it doesn't matter what the price is. At some point, when the price skyrockets because of network usage and demand, you're going to have a bag full of extra ICP that you can dump off into the market and make some money somewhere down the road, if that's your intention. Or you stake your ICP and you earn an 8% rewards for voting and governance. So there's many ways to play this game with Internet Computer Protocol, and the tokenomics and the flywheel that is ICP tokens get burned forever to power the world computer, the Internet Computer Protocol, all the websites, apps, and games that are currently deployed on there, all the cloud engines. 20% of tokens will be burned from those projects. And look, Definity Foundation is the only major foundation that has put in $500 million in the research and development of this network. If we had 9 foundations that just exited Ethereum, and all these other foundations who are going to exit all these other blockchains and vaporware tokens, because it's a zero-sum game, because there's no real infrastructure or technology behind these projects. If we had all that money come into the Internet Computer Protocol, we basically would be able to replicate Definity Foundation and the foundation's people who could build out these business models to bring in more usage and more adoption. So it's going to take more people to get involved, another organization to come in with $500 million to replicate what Definity has done and is doing. But the problem is, in a closed loop cycle with big legacy tech, everybody's got everybody's hands in everybody else's pockets. Everybody's playing pocket pool in everybody else's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like the money never leaves, right? It just stays in a circular internal loop economy, because that's what the businesses models are built on. It's take people's information and data, package it up, sell it to the appetizers, push consumerism, extract more liquidity, and keep going and keep going and keep going. So one hand gets paid to the other hand, and then the other hand, that's all it is. So that's big legacy tech in a nutshell. So to tap into and what's up, Invisible Man? Good evening, sir. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. So once you understand how macro marketing or macroeconomics works, to break into these, look at Fortune 500 companies, the S&P, that are basically owned and controlled by, the 6 or 7 families at the top. They own everything. The money's never going to leave that unless you have a decentralized network who's going to take a small piece of the pie, because digital data and sovereignty is important, and privacy, consumer privacy, individual privacy is important for some people. That's why Definity Foundation has built the network the reason why they did. I mean, who doesn't want to be a part of the world computer where you own and maintain your own information? You have self-custody over your own money. Bitcoin, self-custody, boom, you know? So AI agents are going to use Bitcoin as a global reserve currency. There's no doubt about it, because Bitcoin is widely accepted and adopted, and there's value in each Bitcoin. Real cash, energy storage, currency storage, a storage of energy. That only goes up and down with demand or sell-off. But you look at BitTensor TAO, they're betting on a future commodity of intelligence that doesn't exist yet. It's not sustainable. So they're way too far ahead of the game for it to be anywhere of any value, because big legacy tech just spent $150 billion in the first quarter of 2026 to develop their own AI data centers, to use their own intelligence, and they dominate the market. They have 99% of the market. And BitTensor is trying to break in, thinking that consumers are going to buy premium emissions output or premium intelligence on the BitTensor network. So if you look at Internet Computer Protocol, the cheapest, fastest, most secure substrate of computation that's available, we're actually going to be able to signal to AI agents that are programmed. We're going to be able to signal to open source AI to say that if you settle that transaction that you're about to settle on a cheaper, faster, more secure network, you're going to save money, time, and energy. And that's going to be what AI agents are going to do. They're going to self-optimize for the greatest optimization, which is a part of my thesis at thesmartcloud.org. And I'm working on getting funding, financing, working with organizations to basically work on this thesis in real time, sandboxed. I created a platform called barelyhuman.ai, BEARLY. And that's essentially going to be the routing layer for intelligence for open source AI agents that are in the world on different networks all over, and program the platform on Internet Computer Protocol to signal out and say, hey, come do transactions for here. You're going to save time, money, and energy. And they're going to default to Internet Computer Protocol to finalize transaction settlement. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about here today. Now, I'm going to go over some things that I saw here today on X, which I love to do, and share with you what's going on in the X platform, ecosystem, technology. So, all the buzz is here. I think that X is kind of basically the new algorithm is just showing what's in, it shows you what kind of content that you already consume. So I don't get a lot of new attention. That's why I'm a reply guy, or I'll just kind of troll different people who posts that come on onto my profile here. People are taking profits at $3.15. I'm still trying to understand how the market thinks ICP is worth only $3. Different perspectives, I guess. And that's the thing, is it's not the retail consumer. It's not the average person who's taking profits at $3.15. It's institutions in Wales not only manipulating the price and shorting the longs and longing the shorts, so that they can basically stack 10% every time they sell off on a short and a long, right? That's all they're doing. They're just whales manipulating. But you have to understand also that people have been in this space for a long time, that they're going to cash out some rewards. There's people waiting to just get some liquidity back out of the ecosystem, because people are running dry. The market has gone basically south everywhere in all types of industries, and people are going to take profits. That's just the bottom line. So once the network gets more usage, that's why I say don't worry about the price if it hits 3, don't worry about the price if it hits 4, don't worry about the price if it hits 5. Keep stacking now, double up on your tokens. If you need to sell it to double up, do whatever. It's not a bad strategy. It's going to happen anyway. You won't be the only person, and there's not the only people that are doing that. It's going to happen all the way up to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40. People are going to buy, it's going to double, they're going to sell. It's going to go down, it's going to get absorbed, and it's going to repeat the cycle for the next 12 to 36 months. And that's fine, but it will grow incrementally. I think it's going to go dollar for dollar, all the way up, But it's going to be a steady signal. It's not going to be a massive pump and dump. And that's what you got to think about, is that people think crypto is all about these big gains and big losses, but that's mostly manipulation of the market, and it happens in stocks as well. The signal is that you got incremental movement, and you're going to have a steady up and a steady down. And then it's just the averages. The all-time lows and all-time highs are just going to go up and down, all the way up, but gradually always going up. So you're going to get a lot of people who don't understand the tokenomics, don't understand the platform, the technology, and that ICP tokens are used to burn indefinitely to power the world computer, the super cloud the operating system of AI agent economies. Yeah, put all those together, and that's what we've got. We've got internet computer protocols. So just be aware of that. Just keep your nose up, and support the ecosystem, support the people, and just understand that the tokenomics that matter are the dashboard.internetcomputer.org. You're going to see the network usage there, and as cloud engines start to come online, and I know Definity Foundation announced, Dominic said that he's got cloud engines that are going to be running for free for about a month for some, or 2 weeks or something each for some new clients. So we're going to see some network demand and burn. So you got to be ready for that. ICP index is back online. All right. So did a complete restructure of the back end because it was burning through too many cycles before, which made it impossible to run. Yep, I've been through that too. I've got a Bitcoin Internet Computer Protocol and USDC Treasury engine that arbitrarily trades to stack the treasury. And I'm gonna open up a version of this for the Jack Bear community. Go to justinjackbear.com. I'm developing a new platform that's a social platform, the Jack Bear community, where my Jack Bear founder NFTs are launching. I'm actually bringing in artists to come and host their NFTs, and 100% of the proceeds go to nonprofit organizations and to independent artists, especially in the indigenous communities. I've got some amazing, crazy artists that you guys are going to love. And it's going to be a part of the Jack Bear experience. And we're going to have a treasury as well for the members, the founders, the people who are involved with the community here. So 25% is going to be allocated for rewards for the community. 25% is going to be allocated for the treasury to build up the treasury so we can invest more into the business. We're going to have 25% of the revenue of the platform into advertising the internet computer protocol on social media. I'm gonna run some ads on LinkedIn and X possibly, but we're gonna make a huge push. We're gonna do it as a community. We're gonna build ourselves our own little Definity Foundation organization, and we're gonna build this together because we don't need permission to build the future. That's the beauty of this technology. You do not need permission to build, to grow, to succeed, to prosper. Wealth Frequency on my YouTube channel. Go check it out at Justin Jack Bear, Wealth Frequency. So that's what we're doing. The other 25% remaining. So we got a treasury, we got rewards, member rewards. We got not the last 25 and not but least, but is for developmental features and platform development, ongoing development, which is what I'm doing for the platform. So we're gonna partition that off. It's all going to be available. You can go and pre-order the Jack Bear Genesis founder collection of 8 NFT cards for 150. You can buy one card for 25, 2 randomized cards for 45, and 3 randomized cards for 55. And so that's what I'm doing to raise some money, some funds for the Jack Bear Genesis, Jack Bear platform, call it the Jack Bear experience. And I'm onboarding artists right now and nonprofit organizations to build and launch their NFTs using the OISY wallet, OISY wallet. I'm teaching everybody how to use the OISY wallet, and then launching their NFTs that represent their brands that they can use, and we can program it for rewards for their customers and their members. And then all the proceeds that go from the sale of those NFTs go 100% to that foundation or that independent artist, to allow them to encourage them to keep them going, produce more content, create more cultural work, build up the community, strengthen the community, make this as big as possible. I want to push this to make this the biggest Jack Bear experience in the world for artists, for independent artists and NFTs. And I have an amazing community of indigenous people that I work with. I mentor and teach business and the internet computer protocol in my organization mentor positions. And this is what I'm doing, and I'm going full time. Let's do it. Creating content for you guys. We'll create some ads for internet computer protocol specifically. I'm going to run some ads on LinkedIn, take some of the proceeds, put it back into the community, back into rewards for you guys. And some of the NFTs that I launch or the Jack Bear community can vote on is it's going to unlock real world events. It's going to unlock some very cool stuff in 12 months from now. So I got to build this out. I got other projects that I'm working on as well, trying to get grants for research and development for a platform like barelyhuman.ai, BEARLY, which is the platform to signal open source AI agents to come and settle transactions on the Internet Computer Protocol. So that's my thesis. You know what I mean, for this nerdy tech world computer. To burn cycles. Let's burn cycles, baby. It's coming. There's so many projects. You go check out all the projects running. It's amazing. Like if you go see who we talking about here, there's a bunch of influencers, content creators. You guys know who they are, and and everyone's talking about it because the rest of crypto is dead. Ethereum's we're gonna flip Ethereum in the next 3 years. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. The next 3 years, we're gonna flip Ethereum. I have no doubt about it. The way things are going, the way the ecosystem is running, the way the projects are coming off the ground. This guy's great too. Go check out Zero Fucks. Zero Fucks, BJ. So funny, this guy.
Have any conviction in ICP? And if you think bottom is almost in, brother, get some of the OG meme coins. I mean, get some of everything. Get some of the dirty, just couple K market cap shits like the Wenzels and the, I don't know, whatever is down there. Get some of the bigger caps, the Axis and the Clouds, and get some of the mid caps. Maybe get some JBBJ. Get some blowjob tokens. Because
so he's talking about ecosystem tokens. He's talking about meme tokens that were launched on the Internet Computer Protocol. So he's saying that once liquidity comes into the market for Internet Computer Protocol, it will translate into the meme coins that are built on and deployed in the Internet Computer Protocol. He's probably right. It's probably going to happen. I'm not into meme coins. I'm more into the Internet Computer Protocol and Bitcoin, stacking those and building real world infrastructure for real usage and solving real world problems. That's where the big money is. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. And I'm bringing all you guys with me. I've got some big business initiatives around the world in global food security and in healing disease and wellness. Some crazy products that are coming to market that I know about. And I plan on doing this, full time. And this is a passion project for me because digital identity, sovereignty, data sovereignty are completely, and it's a bigger narrative that's starting to circulate more and more, especially on platforms like LinkedIn. Everybody wants to own and control their own information, and it's clear. And because I'm in the conversations every single day, and I'm getting more and more people interested in talking about it. And I follow and I comment and I plug Internet Computer Protocol everywhere I can, because every problem that people are presenting through all these founders, organizations, companies, professionals on LinkedIn, the solution is what is it? The solution is always Internet Computer Protocol. So I'm not saying that every network is perfect. I'm not saying every network doesn't have its challenges, but we got one foundation, Definity Foundation, who has spearheaded this massive undertaking to take control of $1 trillion of the market, to provide digital sovereignty for a $1 trillion worth of the market and put that back into the hands of the people. This is a nonprofit organization we're talking about. They're going to get subsidized by corporations. They're going to get subsidized by governments because they're a nonprofit organization. They don't need to compete with large language models. They don't need to compete with big legacy tech. It's not necessary. They're a foundation for education and research and development, and they've already built the tools that everyone is building with. Caffeine.ai, perfect example. The simplest way to make a website without know how to code, you go to caffeine.ai, sign up, and you open up a chat, and you describe to it what you want to build, and it will create it within 2 to 3 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, depending on what it is. It'll map out your project for you in real time in just a few minutes. So this caffeine.ai is mind blowing, just unbelievable. They've got AI agents now running on different layers of developing. It shows up here in the bottom left when you put in different prompts to grow and maintain your platform. And also, I had to take down the leaderboards for jackbear.ai temporarily. We're going to skip June, unfortunately, for season 2 because we did a open beta dry run and we have code in place to prevent manipulation of the points. So you cannot possibly get 8,000 points in just a few hours of playing all the games here and learning on the Internet Computer Protocol. I need to verify that, which to see make sure that this was prevented, because we had some anomalies on the leaderboard that can't be confirmed yet. So I'm not counting anybody out. I'm just saying we got to pause for a bit, maybe the rest of this month, so I can continue to go back, look at it, and see what it was. But everyone who participated in the top 5 is going to get a reward. So just stand by, be patient. I appreciate it. So that's about it. All right. So for now, I'm gonna let you guys go. Check out Definity Foundation on X. We've got a great looking profile here with lots of useful information. We're in Paris. Definity Foundation's in Paris, working with the United Nations Blockchain Advisory Group, Pierre Samadi's, and some amazing things. We can only go up. That's the thing. Everybody's laughing, at ICP for all these years, but the funny part is the joke's on them, because we can only go up, and that's the beauty of being in the foundation, being foundational ecosystem developers, community members. Just by liking, comment, sharing this video, all your comments, likes, and shares helps my channel to grow. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to invest anything. The more subscribers we get, the greater audience, the greater reach we have, and people will start to understand and pay attention and learn this technology. So at 2,000 subs on this channel, we're almost there, almost at 1,600. I'm giving away $100 worth of Internet Computer Protocol tokens to one of you guys here. So that's my way as appreciation, a token of appreciation for me to you guys, for all the support, for the comments, for the chats, for the ideas, for inspiring me to continue and make this huge, go big with this. Let's go to 10,000 subscribers. Let's go to 100,000. Like, there's nothing stopping us, and there's nothing stopping me, and I love it. I love doing it. I try and get a mix of digital life and real world life, and every time out in the real world, I see, damn, I mean, everyone's got all these problems. So much can be solved by Internet Computer Protocol and AI, and I think it's going to get better. It'll get worse before it gets better, but we're going to get there, and we're already starting to see some significant movement in the ecosystem. And that's what's most important, is that we're all here supporting each other, sharing the content. Just all the social channels. I got about 1 million impressions a month going. It's going to be amazing for these digital artists to have their NFTs available for you guys to showcase their work. 100% of the proceeds go to independent artists and nonprofit organizations that are going to be hosting their NFTs, or whether it's a logo or unique artwork, digital assets that are going to go on the platform. Go to justinjackbear.com. For now, this might change. justinjackbear.com. Typing it in the chat, justinjackbear.com. And working on this right now. Probably going to have a few NFTs up here before the end of the month, which is amazing. So you can go and support these people. We can generate some public sales, some revenue. There's a small platform fee that I take for development to put back into the system. But we make sure that the artists and the foundations get the 100% of the rewards. So anything outside of that, beyond that, is a bonus. And I've got the Jack Bear Genesis NFT Founder Edition collection of NFTs. Go check it out. It's on the website. Let's go over to the website real quick here. What is it? Justin Jack Bear. So I managed to sneak in one little update here yesterday or today. So of course it's a work in progress, but technically every week I'm going to release one founder card collection, and you're going to be able to open packs of cards, NFTs, live on the platform. So, and we're gonna have more and more different types of artists, organizations that we can support that are either for causes or initiatives. Help raise money for these foundations that have good causes, that want to be a part of the Jack Bear experience, for you guys, for everybody. So it's a great work in progress. I'm really interested. This is an update from yesterday or today. You guys can check it out. It's just a little bit of more context, a little more details. And we're going to teach people how to use Oisy Wallet, OISY, teach people how to use digital wallets so that they can transfer their NFTs and also buy Internet Computer Protocol tokens so that they can own part of the world computer, the super cloud, the Internet Computer Protocol. All right. As always, all your comments, likes, and shares helps my channel to grow. And until the next video, stay groovy. Peace.